different times. It used to say 3, 2, 1, and then we go, hey, presto. But I'll tell you something. I don't even know if this is live, but what we are going to be doing today is going into like all the changes that Labour has made. And is this a problem? Is this going to be a problem? Is the changes from Labour going to be a problem? Yeah, that is the question. It's now saying I'm live, and I think I'm live, and I'm starting to see it appear on some of these other places. So the time of being live, this is bank holiday. So let's see what people are doing, whether they're having nights in or nights out. And yeah, but this is super important anyway. So I wanted to bring this news to you. My team actually scheduled a Q&A for me, but I said, look, yeah, happy to answer any questions if people want to ask and come on live. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what platform you're watching it on, or when you comment, it will let me know anyway. So just let me know what you've been doing. What did I interrupt you from doing? Because I tell you something. Yeah, what is the title of this? The title of this is how will Labour's plans for the property? How's it going to affect the property market, basically? Yeah, so. This could be a real hard time for people. Every time the laws get changed or rules get changed, or some kind of other regulation kicks in. I hope you're not going to start off with this, right? This might be a bit deep for some people, but it is to wipe out the weak people. The people who are not doing it properly. Just like when a business does what's called like redundancy. Basically, all the company is doing and all the organization is doing, it's gone too far down the line for them to change the culture or manage the change management. And what they do is then they'll just say, hey, we're doing all these redundancy packages. But basically all they're doing is restructuring the business because too many people weren't doing it properly, doing their job properly, like the management, the team, and all the rest of it. And they can't just go firing people for no reason on mass scale. So what they do is they do all of these redundancy packages and things like that. So let me know in the comments where it is you're watching it, because it looks like many people are watching it in different places, different locations. Let me know whether it was the Mark Harvey page or the Real Life Group page or even my profile. I think we went live on there as well. So ultimately in this session, I want to go over the top 12 points that you've got to consider when it comes to the plans that Labour have for the rental market, or how it's going to affect the property market. Either you as already an established investor, maybe you're just starting out, but you don't have any deals yet, but like you've already committed that this is what you're doing, or maybe you've been thinking about it and you're not sure and you've been waiting. Yeah, but if you have been waiting, what I'm going to suggest to you is don't wait, because at the end of the day, what successful business strategy relies on waiting? Yeah, because if your strategy does say, hey, listen, I have to wait, you don't have a business strategy. Yeah, so I want to give you the top 12 points of how you can use to navigate them. This is not to say yes, do it, or no, don't do it. Like, in my opinion, every business, I don't care what business you're in, or even if you're just like a sole trader, what's it called, like a self-employed person, property must be a part of your repertoire. Property must be a part of you building your business to be tax efficient, to increase cash flows, to make passive income. Passive income is like autopilot. It doesn't mean there's no pilot, or yes, you still need to be there. Yes, you still need to have tabs on it. I mean, I spend for my existing portfolio, I spend about 15, 20 minutes a week dealing with that. Now, if I want to put new deals in there, which obviously I do on a regular basis, then I spend more time. But the existing management of it, like getting my reports on a weekly basis, making sure that the tenants are paying, the properties are making money, and so on, then that's what it's all about. Yeah, so let's get to the first one, or the top points. Yeah, and one of the things that Labour want to do is they want to abolish Section 21 evictions. Yeah, so what is this? This is like the no-fault evictions. And people are like, wow, this is going to change the market. This is going to be so bad, putting all the power in the tenants. Listen, anybody who has been a landlord knows, with or without this Section 21, yeah, if people ain't leaving, and it is a long, drawn-out process anyway. Even if you serve Section 21, the tenant can drag their ass, not move out. You know, I've heard stories where people literally barricade themselves in, they don't come out. You know, the police can't help or deal with it. You can't send anyone else around there. So, like, if you're going to have this problem, if you're going to have this challenge, it's going to happen with or without it. So, look, don't let stuff noise. Yeah, this is just noise. Don't let the noise scare you, deter you, you know, freak you out, because, like, yeah, they take this. I don't even know why they're going to do that. Like, what difference is it going to freaking make? You know, like, if I have tenants in there, which one recently, we just had to have a conversation, you know, like some weird and wonderful things. I won't go into the personal detail of it. That is in one of the co-living spaces. And it was like, you know, it was disturbing the other tenants. Yeah. And I was like, I had to agree. I say, hey, listen, look, if this carries on, I'll need you to sign an agreement right here, right now, that you're gonna leave. Yeah, because, like, why would we want you to live in a house where, you know, other people don't want you there because you're acting and behaving in a certain way? Yeah, so we either book up your ideas or you gotta leave. And that was like a gentleman's agreement. Yeah, we put it on paper as well, and they can leave. And they did leave, you know, later down the line, because it didn't stick to the agreement. Now, look, if someone's not going to go, they're not going to go. Yeah, Section 21 or no Section 21. Yeah, so this is not a challenge, not an issue for me. This change is zero. I'd like to know if you want to tag anyone who thinks you're a specialist in this area. If you want to, you know, put your own comment, your own stuff in here as well, by all means, go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'd be really interested to see what other people think about this Section 21. Is it going to cause an issue? Is it really that bad? You know, are people going to be, you know, down and out and it not working and all the rest of it? By the way, whatever platform you're watching this on, give me a comment right now and tag some people. So who would like to know what the top 12 things are that are going to affect the rental market for business and property entrepreneurs? Super important that you get in this information. Yeah, so the Labour, their plans are to empower tenants to challenge unfair rent increases and ban rental bidding wars. Yeah, good. Yeah, so how are they going to do that? You know, like, at the end of the day, if someone comes in and says, hey, listen, I would like to pay more money for this property because I think it's worth more money, like, how are they gonna police that? Yeah, and this doesn't really affect. And by the way, unfair increases in the rent, absolutely. I mean, I'm for that. You know, I am for that as well. You know, so I don't see how this is like a detriment to property investors or landlords or whatever, unless you're not doing it properly. Because you're going to see, as I start to go through these, I'm only just touched on 2 right now, but as I start to go through these, you're going to really start to see, like, if I'm doing it properly, I don't have any worries. You know, and a lot of people, they didn't do it properly for many years. So that's why they brought in, you know, like, people who are owning loads of properties in their own name, Section 24, the tax changes. But really, that wasn't, you know, an outfit to make more tax. That was just like the people who weren't really making any money. These people cannot upkeep the properties, and they can't serve the properties. They're not, like, creating great living spaces for tenants. If you're not making money, you can't do that. Yeah. So, like, basically, the people who are making little to no money, they now change the tax rules. So now they have to get rid of the properties, and they have to go to someone who, at least we give a chance to someone who can do a better job. I mean, anybody who, like me or anyone else in the real life tribe, our community, for example, we are mission led. So we always start with the mission. Like, what's the mission? To raise the standard of living, providing luxury, secure accommodation. Many people have different versions of what their mission is. Yeah, but these people, they do it, they make money, so they can afford to keep their properties, you know, like, good, not just in the beginning, right? Yeah, let's go to the next one. Rent caps. Yeah, so introduce rent caps on the amount rent can be paid up front. Yeah, again, interesting to see how they police that. But again, that's not really a problem either. I mean, look, if the tenant, and I've had tenants pay me 6 months up front, I've had them pay me 12 months up front, I've had them pay me 2 years up front. Yeah, but ultimately, if I'm running it as a proper business and I'm a real entrepreneur, then I will account in my accounting, I will accrue the, you know, I'll separate it out over the time anyway, because I have to still run my business. Yeah, I suppose what might happen, or I don't know why this has come in, but I guess, like, there's some rogue people out there that, like, take all the money and then, like, you know, spend the money or use the money or whatever, and the money's not there then to actually serve the property and then they might get into trouble, and it causes, problems in the market. Again, look, these rules, some people, they might say, oh, it negatively affects me. And like, I don't think that any rule from any government is there to negatively affect someone. Yeah, but what they are there, and this is what all rules are for, all rules, and I'll give you an example in a minute, but all rules are to shape society. So I'll give you a very plain and simple one. So like, if you're in an airport and they don't want you to lie down, and spread yourself across many seats, they can put a sign up, and then some people, they might not do it, but there will still be people who do it. So then what they could do is they could actually put fixed armrests in between each seat, and you'll notice next time you go in the airport, you're going to notice this. They put the fixed armrests, so now you can't move it. So now you can't lie across them. So now the rules that they implemented shape the behavior of the people in the waiting areas in the airports. So all of the things that happen, all of these rule changes in the property market with tax and businesses and limited companies and accounting practices, is to shape society. And you're going to see a little bit, hey, where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in 5 items time, I'm going to talk about this, of how it does incentivize them. So why don't you tag some people on here, by the way, give it a share. Anybody who does that, I'm going to give you extra bonuses for the giveaway. Because we're doing a giveaway where you win a 2 Michelin star restaurant experience, where me and my wife, we're going to be out with you, talk about business, help you get started, scale it, and obviously also have a great time. And there is coaching. We're giving away 3 months coaching with our certified coaches, the real life team. We're giving away top online training programs. Some of these programs people have paid thousands and thousands of pounds for. Why? Because it makes them millions. And we're going to be giving that away, along with loads of other things like books and merchandise and things like that. Let's go to the next one. Energy efficiency standards. So they talked about this before. Then they said they were not doing it. But now by 2030, they're going to require properties to have an EPC rating of C or above. Like, look, if your property is not that anyway, and by the way, how many years is that still? That's still 6 freaking years, man. Like, in 6 years' time, if you've not done any kind of renovation to your property in the next 6 years, you don't deserve to be a landlord anyway. You don't, and by the way, you probably won't be, because if you're not doing some kind of refurb in a 6-year period, no decoration, no upgrades, or no nothing, you're not really treating this as a business. People who come into this game to treat it like a retirement plan, like I'm just going to hold property, sit on it, and I got all of this property later on. No, this is not taking care of tenants. This is not taking care of the market. This is not having good high standards. So I think having energy EPC rating of C, I think that's great. Let's crack on with that, boy. Any new properties we do and any new standards, we absolutely want that, and we want that higher than ever before. So we'll do that. What else we got? Gas boilers. So the mandate to replace the gas boilers by 2030 will be removed. And again, whether that's a rule that we should take care of, or again at 6 years, but I think this has been removed because it's never going to be done anyway. I mean, how many millions and millions of homes? How the frick are they going to do that? I don't think you could hit that target even if you tried. So I think they've realized that based on putting it in place, before, and then obviously the amount of actually things that are happening, or being converted, it's just ain't happening. So again, let me know in the comments. Ian, Darren, Yolanta, let me hear from you. Let me hear either your debate, or let me know what questions you have. Go ahead and do that. Hold on a second, what happened there? Okay, let's get to the next one. This one. Oh my goodness, this is an opportunity of a freaking lifetime. Opportunity of a lifetime. But the truth is, it never disappeared, and I don't think it ever will. Because there are so many places around the world that are going to want this and require this. Why? Not just because we need new homes, but because things change. Like where people once lived, sometimes they're getting knocked down. Sometimes, they get converted into something else. The space is used for something else. So the requirement, and this is what the government have said, building 1.5 million new homes. So the manifesto to commit to get Britain building again. They will restore the housing target, support local planning authorities, and involve communities in shaping housing projects prioritizing brownfield developments and protecting greenbelt. Yeah, so in any new build like estates that you do now, you need to have lots of park and green areas and animal kind of habitat and all the rest of it. So I think that's already been going in the right direction. But by the way, in the UK, 0% VAT, yeah, that I need to pay on doing my new builds. Yeah, so when I'm doing new builds, and I've just done a new build, and I've just sold a new build, yeah, this is promoting us again, the rules that 0 VAT, basically 20% discount to get myself into this market. I mean, let me know in the comments if you want 20% discount. Yes, I'm going to type yes. Yeah, do you want 20% discount for building properties? You know, basically any margin that you make here is yours to keep now. So basically I make 20% more profit. Thank you very much, government. Yeah, I like that. So at 1.5 million new homes, this means they're going to be helping with, you know, planning going through, you know, helping the planning go. And by the way, they're already doing this, not for the new builds, but like they're doing the permitted development, so commercial buildings, which they are really concerned about, that like so many businesses, they don't need the commercial buildings anymore. So what do? Allow permitted development to turn it into residential. So don't even need planning permission anymore. Yeah, very good. Let's get to the next thing. They're saying, yeah, one of their things is stable tax rates. Yeah, they were promised not to raise the basic, higher or additional income taxes, but also this, I mean, this is crazy anyway, capping the corporation tax at 25%. Yeah, 25%. So listen very carefully, property investors. When I see this, when you make more profit, yeah, you have to pay, when you get over to certain thresholds of profit, 25%. That means every 100,000 I make, 25 of it, poof, gone. Yeah. So then if I want to take extra money out of my business as a director at 8.5% tax, that means I'm also paying the 25 plus the 8.5. Yeah. So here's the thing. You know, corporation tax at 19% used to be the same as capital gains tax at 19%. Capital gains tax is something when you take a property, you renovate it, you sell it, you'll pay 19% capital gains tax on it. Yeah. So obviously that you can claim all the expenses and all the things that happen to the property. So you can reduce that. But at the same time, now if I'm going to start having to pay 25% corporation tax if I make profit on, you know, income in my business, so that would be like the rental income, for example, or some ways that I can generate profit. But now what do I want to pay? Do I want to pay 19% or want to pay 25? Because if I start flipping and doing this again and again and again, like I said, like, why do you think they spend the money that big developers are doing big sites on having one of the houses as, you know, a big sales office and all of this? Because all of these expenses can be claimed against that. Plus they, you know, they get to, you know, have all of the other things associated with building these many sites, so they can be more tax efficient. Yeah, so this is a big golden opportunity. First of all, the new builds thing, then the permitted development on commercial properties, turn them into residential, and so on. Yeah, so they're promising stable taxes, but like if you're efficient anyway and you know how to play this game, yeah, then property is like one of the best, if not the best marketplace to be tax efficient. That's why I said at the very beginning of this episode, I said every business owner, no matter what business you are, I don't care if you're in construction, maybe you make gardening pots, maybe you manufacture TV screens, you know, maybe you're a freaking taxi driver, I don't know, maybe you have a chip shop, whatever. Like, yeah, you could own your own chip shop. Yeah, but most people, they will rent the space anyway. All of these coffee shops you see popping up, they're all rented. Yeah. So how about, that's fine. You run that business, you rent that place. Yeah. So where you're running your business, you can rent that. But what about then owning the places to make your business more tax efficient? Yeah. To be able to create passive income within your business. Yeah. To be able to then start to buy commercial properties where you get capital allowances. These capital allowances, the rules, the government state, the rules, basically these allowances, you know, like on a pay slip, you have so much money you can make before you start paying tax. Capital allowances is like the business version of that on your pay slip, meaning that the allowance they give you is the amount of tax-free money that you can make. Yeah, so when you get yourself into the commercial world, and you start dropping these bad boys, which, by the way, some of the strategies that come under that is then obviously anything commercial, out and out blatant commercial, but also service accommodation. So I own some rent to service accommodations. So because I'm running that as an SA, technically so is the owner running, and that house is an SA, so they can actually benefit from it. But I also own properties that I run as an SA, so then I can get up to 30% of the purchase price as a capital allowance, and up to 75% of the renovations. So if I buy somewhere for 100 and I spend 100 on it, basically I've got 30 plus up to 30, 75. That's over £100,000 of tax-free money I can make just from doing one property. Now imagine if you have another business, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're construction worker, maybe you are, run a full-blown thing, maybe you got a management agency, any business basically where you're making money and you want to add this into your arsenal, I would say take it away, because that is a way to make crazy money. Crazy money. What else they say? National Landlords Register. So a public register of landlords, property and rents will be established, mandating adherence to private rented sector. So decent home standards. Again, well, what's freaking wrong with that? Like, you should be doing it properly anyway. I don't have anything to hide. Let's go on the freaking register. Let's have the data available. Let everybody see, what's going on. I really think this is important. That everything should be out in the open like that. By the way, this stuff is only in the UK. So for those people that like to travel, let me know in the comments who likes to travel. Because again, property business is a wonderful way to be able to do that, and I love going to other countries, doing the research for the real life resorts, which is, if you don't know what that is yet, basically it's the ultimate environment to work, rest and play. We are looking at buying a warehouse currently. It's like 1,500 square meters. That's nearly 17,000 square feet. This is what we're looking at to convert it into the ultimate environment to work, rest and play. So there'll be co-working space. Let me know if you'd utilize any of this, especially if you come up to the Midlands, which is workspace, co-working space. A virtual studio for podcasting, doing videos, marketing videos, materials, virtual trainings, anything like that. A live studio, a live events room where you can have it. Meaning, like, you can run events there, have all of your trainings there. You could have conferences there, property meetups there. Would you use any of these things I'm talking about? Let me know, in the comments. A gym, health. Healthy eating, cafe, as well as part of the co-working space. These are some of the things that we're going to be doing in there. Next one, introducing a new ombudsman. I always struggle with that word. Ombudsman. To provide fair, impartial, and bringing solution or resolution between landlords and tenants before they need to go to court. I mean, look, if this is going to be like, the court is a government thing, this is going to be a government thing, like, isn't it just, spend more money and more time in the courts, or create another space where people are going to do it? Again, I'm not quite sure what you're hoping there, unless you're hoping to create like a specialism within property, where they're dealing with the same situations over and over and over again, because obviously people, the judges in the courts, they're not, it's, could be whatever, it could be different things all the time. So could that be beneficial? Only time will tell. But again, doesn't really make us any difference, here. Anyway, they want to make it illegal for landlords to discriminate against tenants in receipt of benefits or those with children. Are there landlords out there that do that? Would say, oh no, I don't want you in my house because you got children. I mean, I can see why someone might say, hey, listen, ain't sure if you're on benefits, I don't want to take these type of tenants. But again, this is the government changing the way the rules used to be. They used to pay the landlord directly, then they changed it to say, oh, hey, they need to learn how to manage money themselves, so now we pay it to the person, and they're supposed to pay the landlord, but then they don't pay the landlord. So again, crazy stuff. But like, you're absolutely right. There should be no discrimination in any way, shape or form, other than what is your profile of can you pay. Yeah, because ultimately, when we are doing our risk profile to say, hey, listen, yeah, you got the normal reference and thing, but we also would like to, and we have a procedure to say, let's interview you to see if you are a good fit to be living either in one of my properties or one of the co-sharing, co-living properties, because you have to fit in. So it's not just about, do I have the money and do I have a good credit rating? It's like, do you fit the personality profile where, like, basically we're doing business with each other. Yeah. So like if I'm a coach and I'm a mentor, which I am, someone comes to me, it's like, yeah, here's the money, man. I just want to do it. Come on, let's do it. Which we have people, we're like, no, sorry, you don't fit the profile. You're not like, you're not on our vibe, you're not on our level, you're not on our vibe. We don't do it just for the money. We do it because we want to add value to society. If people come in with too much throwing their ego around and all the rest of it, that's not going to be a good fit. Yeah. So just as any business can say, I don't want to take this client on. Yeah. I don't want to sell my product or my service. Yeah. Like, this is what we're doing in the business. Yeah. So again, I think this will just waste a lot of time for a lot of people, in the government and out in the public business enterprises, because at the end of the day, like, if I don't want to take someone in my property because I don't think you're a good fit, then we're not going to do that. I don't. But again, like, if people are discriminating based on that, then sure, maybe it'll add some benefit. Yeah. Strengthening local councils' enforcement powers, making it easier for councils to identify and fine landlords who don't comply with the law. I mean, bring it on. This is what is needed. In fact, you should plow all your freaking efforts into that. Yeah, because one of the things where I think I've made, been able to get a lot of good deals, make a lot of money, add a lot of value to people, provide properties where people stay there for many, many years, and appreciate that we do fix things and we get things sorted, is because I've taken over properties where people do not and have not done it properly. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm saying here. Properties that have not been ran very good. Like HMOs gets a bad rep sometimes. But I like going in there and being able to take on HMOs that weren't licensed properly. I tell you what, one of my HMOs just had a fire in it. Yeah, and everybody was out. Fire brigade, great job. 6 minutes they were there. Everybody was out. Fire alarm went off. Everything did its job. The fire doors did its job. All the fire protection, all of our systems, they all did its job. Yeah, so like, unfortunately, not everybody does their projects like that. They scrimp and scrape. They don't do things properly. Yeah, they don't go by the recommendations or the requirements. They can sometimes like look like it's done, yeah, and it gets signed off, but really, and like purposefully, they've pulled the wool over people's eyes, officers and building control and all the rest of it. Yeah, because you can make it happen, and obviously once it's signed off and people cover it up and walk away, you don't freaking go back in there trying to figure it out, do you? Yeah, so I think, law enforcement, councils, and the powers, if people are not complying with these laws, look, people's lives are at stake. Yeah, so if people don't get it right, it could have been a disaster if my fire doors ain't there, if the plasterboarding weren't done properly, if the escape routes weren't routed, if the alarm didn't go off, if it weren't the right, basically system. Yeah, so absolutely freaking key. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, so this is super important. I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. Yeah, hit the share button. Let me know when you've shared it, and tag at least 10 people on whatever platform you're looking on. Because if you do that and then you message any of the Mark Harvey platforms here that you're watching it on, we will be giving you 10 entries for the giveaway. Yeah, so when my children are here, when we're all back together, which will be next week. Yeah, after next week, these guys are going to be pulling the lucky draw system. So I'm going to get them to cut up all the names of all the different entries. We've already had so many entries already. So they're going to be printing it off, cutting it off, and we'll be pulling it out. Yeah, so you get 10 entries, which, by the way, if you was to try and get 10 entries for a normal way of entering at the giveaway website. In fact, let me just see if I've got the giveaway website, and I'll put it here. Yeah. Oh, I don't have that giveaway. I don't know where the giveaway thing is, but I'll tell you what I do have is this. Yeah, so click on this bad boy, because this is This is the Property Entrepreneur Bootcamp, actually. 2 days that we're going to be having on the 13th and 14th of September. So not far away now. Yeah, not far away. What is that? 1, 2, 3 weeks time, less than 3 weeks time. Get yourself registered. It's in London, but it doesn't matter where you live, really. You need to get yourself there. It's obviously a hotel. You get perfect transport. We can stay there, have a couple of days out of your normal environment. Come and find some deals. Come and get geared up, lock and loaded, ready to be a real property, business and property entrepreneur. Know how to navigate all the rules as they come. Yeah, health and safety is number one. Yeah, I can sleep at night. Absolutely. Look, I'm running a business here. Yeah, we ain't messing around just trying to make a quick buck. Yeah, if my dad didn't teach me about money, my dad didn't teach me about entrepreneurship, he didn't teach me about much. But you know what? One thing my dad did say, he was like, Mark, whatever it is you do, even if it's making the tea, just do it properly. Yeah, and that's because I used to make tea when I was on the building site. I freaking hated it. I didn't even drink tea, man. God, I hated it. Yeah, but he said, look, even if you're making a tea, no matter what you're doing, just do it properly. Now, I can't say that I have always done that in my life, but I think, deep down it has been drilled into me. And now I've made lots of mistakes, made lots of money. I've lost lots of money. I do realize, look, if I'm doing it, let's just do it properly. If I'm going to do a property deal, let's go all the way, make it good. Yeah, don't cut corners. I've cut corners before. Cheap today does not mean cheap tomorrow. Yeah, remember that. Write that down. Cheap today does not mean cheap tomorrow. Yeah, some people, they get like great low build prices or low prices for people to do the work for them, like brokers and solicitors and accountants, even management agencies, to manage their properties. And I remember I got someone at like 6% before, including the freaking VAT. I didn't know that they couldn't do the job for that money. You want to be paying a minimum of 10% these days plus the VAT. So basically it's 12%. Sometimes I even pay 15% depending on the type of property that I have and where it is and how big it is and how much money it generates. Yeah, so I like to pay the money. You got to remember this. Either way, you will pay. Either way, you're going to pay, baby. Either you pay to get it done properly, get the right training, education, get the right consultants, get the right people around you. You pay for a seat at the table, which I was so against, by the way. For so long, I was like, what do you mean pay to be at the table? People should help you out. Me whinging and, being so tired. I won't even pay for a freaking guitar lesson, £10. Yeah, that's what I was like. I literally spent 6 months watching YouTube videos trying to figure out how to play the guitar. When if I just paid someone £10, I've probably been, and I did that a couple of times. That's where, you get what you pay for. Yeah, absolutely. You get what you pay for. Yeah. So, that boot camp, get on the boot camp. I also have a webinar for people who are just starting out. I recommend that you watch that, get onto that. It's only an hour. But it's jam-packed full of the top tips and secrets, basically, that are so straightforward, staring people in the face. You can't see, like this is what my mum would say. Yeah, you can't see the wood for the trees. Yeah, you can't see the wood for the trees. Sometimes it is very straightforward. Yeah, it is very basic. Buy properties. Do it, spend money doing it up, and sell it for more and make a profit. Buy a property. Spend some money on it, be able to do a refinance, pull your money out and collect rental income for the rest of your life, as long as you keep it, updated. So this is very basic, but like one thing I will assure you of, it's going to go wrong. A lot of people, they won't tell you that. They'll say, hey, listen, financially free in 5 days, 5 seconds, whatever. And they'll say, yeah, you can be fine. I mean, listen, let's clear up the definition of financially free anyway, shall we? Yeah, financially free means, what does that mean? That means you shouldn't be working anymore. Like financial independence is what I want. Like, I don't want to not work. Like when my dad stopped working, he retired, he died. Yeah, and most people will. Like even superstars that retire from a sport or acting or being a rock star, music star, whatever. Yeah, either they die pretty quickly or they start going on to drugs, alcohol, sex, messing around, doing crazy ass stuff that's not beneficial for life, and they die. Let me know in the comments if I'm making any sense, by the way. Is this making sense? Yeah, so I don't want to retire. Yeah, retire means remove oneself from useful service. I'm never going to do that. Yeah, but what I want to do is build an independence. Yeah, and I want to be financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually free. I want to develop. I want to discover in those 5 areas. And that's what my mission is. My mission, the real life mission, is to empower myself, put the mask on myself, empower myself and others to live those 5 freedoms. yeah, to live those 5 freedoms. And by the way, they're all like jugs or cups or containers. Yeah. And you got to have them all, filling up. You can't just say, oh, I'm only in the financial thing, but I'm not paying attention to my mental health. You can't just say, hey, listen, I'm in the gym and I'm physically fine, but like emotionally, I'm alone, or I'm not connected to anything. I'm not comfortable being myself. Like, in my opinion, it's the 5 freedoms. Yeah, you got to have the 5 freedoms, the 5 areas, the 5 discoveries, and once you do that, and by the way, property for me is the vehicle. Property is what set not only my finances on a different trajectory, but it also my mind. Like, as soon as I realize, look, I go to work and I stop working, the money stops. But with property, I put the work in, the money starts to come. Even if I stop working, that money will still coming in. Now, if I want to do something different, I want to bring more money in. I want to bring a diversity of the money in, like rather than just on a monthly basis. I also want to bring some money in from doing some refinances and bringing some tax-free money in. Then I put that effort in and I do that. Once I do that, then the money keeps coming. I mean, I just got paid from, a 50,000 pounds, 52,000 pounds. You've probably seen it on my story the other day or last week. And that was from a property that basically I haven't done anything for 3 years on. Yeah, and by the way, it was still paying me £700 profit every single month as well. And before that, I'd already made 153,000 from refinancing a property that I didn't, because at the end of the day, we were going to sell it, but I didn't sell it. We refinanced it. Yeah, so basically, I got paid from this property 5 times. So the more effort I put in, I know the more money I can make. But then if I stop, it will still keep making the money. In a job or a career, let me ask you this: can you stop for a long period of time and you still get paid? Can you still make advancements within the corporate world? Will your job still be there even if some of you had 4 weeks off? I mean, the maximum that people have off is 2 weeks. Have you ever seen anyone have more than 2 weeks off? And they probably don't even have that, 10 days. Some people, they don't even do that. Sometimes only 7 days. Sometimes they use all of their holidays up to look after their kids. Yeah, so let me ask you this. Would you want the versatility or basically the power, the control yourself to say, yeah, I want to go to a sports day. Yeah, I want to take my kids to school and pick them up. Yeah, I want to be able to sometimes just have a day off. Yeah, when it's half term, I want to spend a few days doing some stuff with them, and take them here and take them there, and maybe even teach them a little bit about business. Yeah, a lot of companies, they wouldn't let your kids come in anyway. But what about if you are the company? What about if it's your business? Yeah. Now, creating a property business, just in my opinion, feel free to disagree, but in my opinion, the property business, being an entrepreneur within property, is the easiest thing. Why? Because everything is already there. The people to buy the properties are there. The people to sell the properties are there. The people to do the construction are there. The people who are going to lend you the money, the banks, the investors, the joint ventures are already there. The architects are there. The HM officers are there. The rules and regulations are already there. The solicitors are already there. The brokers are already there. The management agents are already there. The tenants are already there. Like, basically everything is already there. Like, if I want to go and create software, I've got to build the freaking thing. I've got to find people. I've got to plan it. I've got to design it. Like, I don't even need to be good at this. I don't even need to be good at this. And this is what I'm going to teach you in the webinar, by the way. Go to the Real Life Group website, which you can get to from that link I just put in. Let me just put it in again, just in case you guys don't have it there. Get to that website, register for the webinar. Yeah, when is it? It's on the 3rd of September, I think. But anyway, the thing will tell you on there. If you want to really focus and fly forward, then come to the 2 days. Yeah, but I'd recommend watching the webinar first anyway, because look, if you want to be the top guy, if you want to be earning £1 million in most industries, you've got to be the best. In most industries, if you want to earn £1 million, let me know if I'm right or wrong. Am I right or wrong? Come on, let me know in the comments. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah, Margaret, let me know. Am I right or am I wrong? Whoever's still here right now. Yeah, am I right or am I wrong? That if you want to earn £1 million a year, you've got to be one of the best in your industry. If you want to earn £1 million in tennis, you have got, actually, I don't even know, it's probably higher because that's $1 million. $1 million, you've got to be in the top 33 players in the world. If you want to be an actor, or actress, you've got to be someone like Zoe Ball or Gary Lineker to earn £1 million a year. Yeah, long careers. Gary Lineker, one of the best athletes in Britain that Britain's ever seen. To earn £1 million a year. In property, you don't even have to be that good. You know, you can make masses of mistakes, and this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you through showing you all my mistakes, how I didn't even get bill control sign off, not once, not even freaking twice, man. More times than that. Made stupid mistakes, and how I still made money. Yeah, how sometimes I got it totally wrong and still made money. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, I was never top of any class except sports day. Yeah, I was actually just seeing some of my things earlier, like my running races, yeah, running races, skipping races, all of that stuff. Yeah, but none of that is relevant when it comes to going into any kind of career. So if you're like me, yeah, and you know there's more to life, you know, because not everyone who comes into the real life, you know, training, they like me. You know, I came from total broke. Some people, you know, they've not had a bad life, and it's all good. But so either if you've worked hard all your life and you're not afraid of hard work, but you want more from it, yeah, you feel you deserve more in exchange, then jump onto the webinar, jump onto this 2-day boot camp, yeah, down in London. We've got another one up in Birmingham happening in October as well. Yeah, but if I was you, I'd just get to the soonest one where, well, I remember when I was, you know, learning this game, you know, and a guy called JT Fox, you know, it's like, yeah, we're doing something in London in September. It's in July. And I'm like, wow, September's far away. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm in Switzerland next week, so this ticket enables you to come there. Man, I kid you not, I jumped on the plane, you know, that weekend and I went over. So I was like, I want the knowledge. Yeah, I want to take the steps. I'm an action taker. So the question is for you, are you guys action takers? Yeah, because if you're in the tribe and you've been to the 2-day, these guys, they come again and again. Why? Because it's different. Why? Because you're different. The market's different. The deals you look at, the deals we look at are different. The money we raise is different. People are at different stages, different things. So if you want to get deals and raise money, yeah, this ain't just like sitting there taking some notes. Yeah, this is like real hardcore. Let's blast it up. Let's start your business right there and then. Yeah, if you feel like that's what you need, yeah, then jump on board. Yeah, and let's rock and roll. So thank you very much for jumping on for this session. Hit the share button, tag some people in it, send it to them in there, send them the link in their WhatsApp or whatever it is that you got going on. Because I think it's super important that people understand all these different points but like the deeper meaning behind rules and regulations. I think that's probably what I've really touched in today, rather than just answering a point blank question about each, you know, section here. Yeah, so how will Labour's plan affect business and property entrepreneurs? Yeah, I think it's going to give us a massive opportunity to make crazy ass money. And now's the time for all you crypto people out there. Tag some people you know are into crypto. Tag them, send this to them. Why? Because, you know, when that bull run finally goes crazy and it tops out at probably 100 and maybe between 100 and 120, and loads of people are going to take their profits out, you're going to need to, it's better that you already have the vehicle of property investment already rocking and rolling. So you then bang, 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 your money can go straight in, start working for you. You can double and triple your freaking money in property investing if you know what you're doing. Yeah, for you people who want to invest and get into the bull run, or when the next bull run drops and it's time to invest money, doing like what I do, is you've got to have the assets, yeah, meaning properties. So then when the time's right, what I do is I refinance it. I pull out tax-free money. Why? Because it's debt. And then I invest in stocks or shares or cryptos or other diversifications. Yeah, or straight back into property, which happens many times. Yeah. So this is what my advice is. Get started now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it freaking now. So thank you for watching and tuning in. Please send any questions to my direct message. I answer them personally across the platforms. I will eventually get there, as I get quite a lot, but I will get to them. So until next time, do the right thing for the right reason, because it is the only way you will discover your true potential.